Yes, friends, it is the chemistry class number 24 and I am going to get the new chapter, that is nucleic acids. We know that nucleic acids are the biopolymers, biopolymers which play an important role in the transmission of genetic information from one generation to another generation. So they transmit the genetic information from one generation to another generation, and they are also very important. They play an important role in the biosynthesis of proteins. They play an important role in the biosynthesis of proteins. So therefore, nucleic acids are nothing but the biopolymers which play an important role in the genetic transmission of genetic information from one generation to another generation, and then these nucleic acids play an important role in the biosynthesis of proteins also. Now, types of nucleic acids I am going to explain. Nucleic acids are two types. One is, that is RNA, ribonucleic acid, DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA, ribonucleic acid, DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. So here you see, this nucleic acid is made up of three components. Components of nucleic acid. Components of nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is made up of three components, both RNA and DNA. The RNA and DNA are the two types of nucleic acids, but nucleic acids are made up of three components. Three components of nucleic acid. Let us say one is sugar unit. Next, second one is heterocyclic base, and third one is phosphoric acid molecule, F3PO4 is phosphoric acid molecule. Which is the sugar unit present in RNA? Which is the sugar unit present in DNA? That means both RNA and DNA contain sugar unit, heterocyclic base, phosphoric acid. So here sugar unit present in RNA is called as the sugar unit present in RNA. Sugar unit is called as the, so that is it is also called the pentose sugar or sugar moiety. So that is the sugar unit is also called the pentose sugar or sugar that is moiety, sugar moiety, and it is so like ribose, you see beta D ribose. It is called as beta D ribose. Sugar unit present in RNA is called as the RNA contains the beta D sugar ribose. And this beta D ribose has the formula C5H10O5 ribose, and the structure of this ribose is like this. That is pentose sugar. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It is OH, H, and CH2O. It is the formula for this. If it is H, it should be OH. It is OH, it should be H. And it is H, it is OH, and it is H. You see C5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C5, H10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 2, 10. O5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is our C5H10O5. It is called the beta D ribose. Next, sugar unit present in DNA. Sugar unit present in DNA is called as the beta D 2-deoxyribose. 2-deoxyribose. What it means actually is beta D 2-deoxyribose. Beta D at the second position, you have to delete the oxygen. So therefore one oxygen is less when compared to ribose. So therefore it is called the deoxyribose. That is C5H10O4. That is formula, and the structure formula for this is like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It is OH, H, CH2. It is the, so they are just to write the upper place groups OH, H, CH2. So here OH, it is H. It is H. This is OH, but you have to write only H. Why? Because you see at the second position you have to delete the oxygen. Therefore only H. So this is OH and this is So therefore, sugar is present in RNA, beta D ribose C5H10O5. Sugar is present in DNA is called beta D 2-deoxyribose. That is called the C5H10O4. That means name the sugar is present in RNA, beta D ribose C5H10O5. Name the sugar is present in DNA, beta D 2-deoxyribose. That is C5H10O4. Less cell. Okay. So this is sugar is present in RNA. That is the first component of nucleic acids. Second component of nucleic acid is heterocyclic base. We will remove this. Heterocyclic base. That is heterocyclic base. Heterocyclic base. Heterocyclic bases are of two types again. That is purine bases and pyrimidine bases. Pyrimidine. What is that? Purine bases and pyrimidine bases. So purine bases are two: adenine and guanine. There are two purine bases. Heterocyclic bases are two types: purine bases and pyrimidine bases. Purine bases are adenine, guanine, Ag, and pyrimidine bases are three. So that is cytosine, uracil, and thymine. Here, pyrimidine bases are three: cytosine, uracil, thymine. For remembering the things, you see CUT. What is CUT? Cutter. Cytosine, uracil, thymine. This is Ag. Ag means silver, adenine, guanine. This is cutter. That is cytosine, uracil, thymine, and pyrimidine. Ag. So that is adenine and water. Now, which bases of purine and pyrimidine bases are present in RNA and DNA? That means you see, RNA contains both purine and pyrimidine bases. DNA also contains both purine and pyrimidine bases. Which bases are present in RNA? Which bases are present in what? DNA. That is the question. So let me take the heterocyclic bases present in RNA. So that is a type of nucleic acid. That is RNA and then what? DNA. Here purine bases, pyrimidine. So RNA contains, you see, RNA contains Cu, that is purine base or pyrimidine base. It is Ag. We have single, that is adenine, guanine, pyrimidine bases are present. Both Ag are present in RNA. In pyrimidine, you see, you have CUT, but T is not there. Cu, that's all. There is no T. That is cut the T. There is no T. That means RNA contains adenine, guanine, cytosine, uracil, not thymine. Which base is not present in RNA? Thymine. Which base is present in DNA? Thymine. That is which base is not present in RNA? Thymine. Which base is present in DNA? That is uracil. See here. That is RNA contains adenine, guanine, cytosine, uracil. Now you see DNA AG, here CT. U is not present in this. Uracil is not present. That means DNA contains thymine, RNA contains uracil. RNA does not contain thymine, DNA contains thymine. That is it. That means you see heterocyclic bases present in RNA and DNA. RNA contains both RNA and DNA contains adenine, guanine, and adenine, guanine. But pyrimidine bases are different. RNA contains only cytosine, uracil, not thymine. DNA contains cytosine, thymine, and not uracil. Which heterocyclic base is present in RNA but not in DNA? Uracil. Which base is present in DNA which is not in RNA? That is how to clarify the things. That is heterocyclic bases present in RNA and what? DNA. So next, after that we see that is heterocyclic bases. Third one is phosphoric acid molecule. Phosphoric acid is H3PO4. That is, you know the structure form of this also. That is P double bond O. This is OH, this is OH, and this is OH. So that is H3PO4. It is a tribasic acid because it contains three replaceable hydrogen atoms. That is tribasic acid. So for this reason, you see, we are going to that means replace this hydrogen atoms, hydrogen. by 3 phosphoric acid molecules, that means 3 bases with 3 heterocyclic bases, and that means you see you can get adenosine monophosphate, adenosine diphosphate, and adenosine triphosphate ATP energy coefficient can also be obtained by the replacement of all the 3 hydrogen atoms here. Okay. So here that means you see it is a tribasic acid. Now how do you obtain this nucleic acid by using all these sugar and heterocyclic base and phosphoric acid molecules? So before going to that, you see one thing is, so that is what is a nucleoside first? What is nucleoside? Nucleoside and nucleotide. Nucleotide. So nucleoside is nothing but you see when a sugar unit is linked with heterocyclic bases. Heterocyclic base means, for example, adenine base. So that is heterocyclic base. Heterocyclic base plus sugar. You will be getting nucleosides. What is nucleoside? Nucleoside is a unit which is obtained by the union of that is a sugar unit with heterocyclic bases. For example, adenosine. Adenine. Adenine is the that is purine base. You see, adenine plus sugar is that is your RNA contains that is beta D ribose, ribose, beta D ribose. Adenine plus ribose, adenosine is the unit which is obtained by heterocyclic base adenine with sugar with ribose. Okay. So that means generally we are going to link this ribose with the sugar unit, that is C1 of sugar unit is linked with that is the 9th place of the base nitrogen atom. That means you see in the adenine, so nitrogen atom with number 9 is linked with the carbon atom 1 of the ribose. You see that is how we can link that. So here you see heterocyclic base plus sugar, that is nucleoside. Adenine plus ribose, adenosine. So adenine, for example, adenine plus deoxyribose. So you will be getting deoxyadenosine. So for example, adenine plus thymine plus ribose, thymidine. So like that you see you can get different types of nucleosides. Therefore nucleosides are obtained by linking the carbon atom 1 of the sugar unit with the 9th place of nitrogen atom in the heterocyclic case. You see, then you will get a nucleoside. Okay, so that is sugar unit plus base, you will be getting nucleoside, or heterocyclic base plus sugar unit, nucleoside will be getting. Next, what is nucleotide? So nucleotide is obtained. So just for example, you see nucleotide is obtained by the addition of nucleoside with phosphoric acid molecules. That means you know that 3 components of the nucleic acid is, one is heterocyclic, that is sugar unit heterocyclic base, phosphoric acid. First we have already joined sugar unit with heterocyclic base, which is nothing but nucleoside. Heterocyclic base plus sugar unit nucleoside. So to that, if you add the phosphoric acid molecule S3PO4, you will get a nucleotide. You see, nucleotide. So this nucleotide, for example, you see adenosine. Adenosine is the nucleoside of adenine with sugar unit ribose. Adenosine plus alpha-phosphoric acid. Adenosine monophosphate, you see, adenosine monophosphate. That means phosphoric acid molecule is added to the adenosine. You see, that is then adenosine monophosphate again is added one more S3PO4 molecule. You will get adenosine diphosphate. So to this same adenosine diphosphate, you can link the again one more S3PO4, you will be getting adenosine triphosphate, which is called energy kinase. That means you see, when nucleoside is linked with alpha-phosphoric acid, you are getting nucleotide. That means nucleotides are the phosphoric esters of nucleotides. Phosphoric acid esters of nucleosides are called the nucleotides. Phosphate esters of nucleosides are called the nucleotides. When phosphoric acid esterification with nucleoside, you will be getting nucleotide. Adenosine monophosphate with phosphoric acid. Adenosine monophosphate plus another phosphoric acid. Adenosine diphosphate. Adenosine diphosphate plus H3PO4 again adenosine triphosphate. So that means you see this phosphoric acid molecules are so added to the that is nucleoside at the 2, 3, 5 positions of ribose. That means you see phosphoric acid esterification takes place at the place of 2, 3, 5 positions of ribose or 3, 5 positions of deoxyribose. Generally, so this phosphoric acid molecules are that is added to the ribose molecules. That means you see sugar-related molecules that is at the second position, third position, and fifth positions of ribose or 3, 5 positions of deoxyribose. Why? Because you see in the deoxyribose, so at the second position there is no oxygen atom. You see, why it is not there? You see. So therefore you see 2, 3, 5 positions of ribose or 3, 5 positions of deoxyribose. At that place you see, so that is your phosphoric acid esterification takes place. That means you see fifth position is the most phosphorylated position. Fifth position is the most phosphorylated position where we are going to get that is highest phosphoric acid esterification takes place. So this is how nucleotide is formed. That means you see many number of nucleotides gives rise to your nucleotide is nothing but your nucleic acid molecule. So therefore you see what is a nucleotide? Nucleotide is nothing but nucleic acid molecule. So there is one nucleotide. Many number of nucleotides are that is get together. You see a single stranded and double stranded will come to that position next class. You see. So here adenosine diphosphate phosphoric acid as adenosine diphosphate. It is called the energy carbon. It is called the energy carbon. That means orthophosphoric acid molecules are added at the positions of 2, 3, 5 positions of ribose and 3, 5 positions of deoxyribose. You see, anyhow you see this fifth position is most phosphorylated position in the deoxyribose. You see, both in deoxy as well as there is ribose and 2-deoxyribose. So this is how you can explain the nucleotide. So therefore, how do you the partial structure of nucleic acid or nucleotides can be written like this? You see. Let me write the partial structure of nucleotides or nucleic acid molecules. You see, that is sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate, like this. You see. So here, let me write 10 times here. So that is the phosphate molecule you are going to write, sugar you are going to write the water, H3PO4 here. So here H3PO4, here H3PO4 like this. So that means sugar, phosphoric acid molecule with phosphoric acid molecule, sugar, this one is that is H3PO4, sugar, and you will be getting sugar to the sugar H3PO4 molecule is added. So and here base, you have to write base, that is base, phosphate, base. Here you have to write base. That means sugar, phosphate to the sugar. You see that is link the base. Why? Because when base is added to sugar, you will be getting that is nucleoside. Nucleoside is added to phosphoric acid molecule, you will get the nucleotide like this. That is sugar, base, phosphate. So phosphate, sugar, base, sugar, phosphate, base, sugar, phosphate, like this. So this is how we can write the partial structure of nucleotide. Also, there is one nucleic acid. So finally, we have to know the separately that is your RNA structure of RNA and that is DNA. Structure of RNA. RNA is a single stranded helix. RNA is a single stranded helix. And here this RNA is of 3 types. You see, we know that RNA is of 3 types. That is mRNA, that is tRNA, and rRNA. You see, mRNA, tRNA and rRNA, tRNA and rRNA. So what is mRNA? Messenger RNA, transfer RNA, ribosomal RNA. So that means you see messenger RNA will get the message from DNA for the protein synthesis. That is tRNA will transfer the amino acids to the site of protein synthesis. And rRNA, ribosomal RNA, provides the site for the protein synthesis. That means you see mRNA will get the message from DNA for the protein synthesis. tRNA will transfers the amino acids to the place where the protein synthesis occurs, site of protein synthesis. And rRNA will provides the space site for the protein synthesis to take place. So these are the functions of messenger RNA, transfer RNA and ribosomal RNA. So this is RNA, regarding RNA. So coming to the DNA structure, is DNA. So DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, is this DNA structure was proposed by Watson and Crick. Watson and Crick in 1958 and 1953 actually. And this that is the DNA structure is here you see written already. So DNA structure consists of, you see, it is a two polynucleotide chains held together each other, you see. Therefore it is called a double stranded helix. It is RNA is single stranded helix, but DNA is double stranded helix. Two polynucleotide chains are held together with each other, and these two strands are held together with hydrogen bonds along with the pairs of bases. How actually is it? These two nucleotide units are held together by a pair of bases. You see, that means a pair of your guanine and cytosine and guanine are held together with three hydrogen bonds, and adenine and thymine are held together with two hydrogen bonds. You see, that means adenine and thymine base pairs are held with two hydrogen bonds, and your cytosine and guanine that is a base of pairs are held with three hydrogen bonds. You see, therefore CGTA, in between the C and G, three hydrogen bonds are indicated this. And it is in this helix you see 10 nucleotide units in each strand is present. Generally, so each nucleotide unit, this is one nucleotide unit, this is another nucleotide unit. These two nucleotide units held together with base pairs with three hydrogen bonds between G and C, that is guanine